Our new lesson is about relative pronouns, which is also known as relative clauses.
Relative pronouns. What are relative pronouns? Relative pronouns are like who, which, that, whose, and whom. Who is used to replace the subject in the clause. That can also be used to replace the subject in the clause. Which and that are used to replace the subject or the object of the verb in the clause. These two relative pronouns are used to replace things. Who, whom are used to replace the object in the clause. Whom is more formal. Whose meaning belonging to. Now notice that the relative pronouns can be left out when they refer to the object of the verb in the clause. We are going to look at examples in the next slides. Now let's look at the relative pronoun who and how we can use it to join two sentences together. As I said before, that who can be used to replace the subject in the main clause. Let's look at this example. Here is the man. The man is a doctor. We can join the two sentences together like this. Here is the man who is a doctor. Now let's look at two more examples. The man came here. The man is a teacher. The man who came here is a teacher. My friend swims well. He lives here. My friend who lives here swims well. Notice that in the two examples there is a verb comes after who. So notice that when the verb comes after who, it means it refers to the subject. Now I'm going to show you how we use the relative pronoun whom. Whom is used to replace the object in the main clause. For example, the man came here. I visited him. The man whom I visited came here. This sentence also can be read like this. The man I visited came here. Let's look at two more examples. The man was working with me. I paid him. The man whom I paid was working with me. This is the girl. You gave her a flower. This is the girl whom you gave a flower. Notice that in these two examples, whom can be left out. We can say the man I paid was working with me. This is the girl you gave a flower.
The relative pronoun which is used to refer or to replace either the subject or the object in the second clause. It is used to refer to either people or things. Look at this example showing you how which joins the two sentences. He found his book. He lost it yesterday. So we say he found his book which he lost yesterday. Read the information in Arabic, please. Now there are two other examples. The first one is, this is the house, I live in it. So we say, this is the house which I live in. The second example, this book is cheap. It's very useful. This book, which is very useful, is cheap. Notice that in the first example, which refers to the object, which is the house. In the second example, which refers to the book, to this book, which is the subject.
The relative pronoun that is used to replace a subject or an object in the main clause, whether that subject or object is a person or a thing. For example, this is the boy, you met him. This is the boy that you met. And we can say this is the boy whom you met, but it sounds a bit formal. Notice here that the relative pronoun can be left out because it refers to the object. So we can say, this is the boy you met. The second example, I have a bird. It sings. I have a bird that sings. Or we can say, I have a bird which sings. Now notice that there is a verb after that or which, and it refers to the subject. In this case, the relative pronoun cannot be left out. Now in our last slide, I'm going to show you how to join two clauses using the relative pronoun whose. Let's look at the example. This is the man, his car hit the boy. So we can join the two using whose. This is the man whose car hit the boy. Notice in the relative clause the word his is left out and is replaced by the relative possessive pronoun whose.